In today's video, I am sharing our homemade pizza sauce. This is a great way to save money. Make your own sauce at home. There's a lot of seasonings that do go into it. I like to put it into the crock pot for ease. I just put it on low when I cook it. So come along with me and I'll show you how I put this one together. I just added in a 29-ounce can of tomato sauce, and now I'm going to put in a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. This recipe, we used to have a family member that worked at a local pizza joint. Everybody loved that pizza. To this day, people still talk about it. It's no longer there. We all miss it so much, but we've been trying so hard to copy it, and this is as close as we can get to that famous sauce that they had. This, I am putting in 1 teaspoon of onion salt. The oregano, I will be using 1.5 teaspoons. Now I'm going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of sweet basil. I was having a hard time finding this in the grocery store and ended up buying it at Amazon. I can leave a link to it down below. I don't know why it was hard to find, but sweet basil is a little tricky to find in this store. I'm going to put a 1/2 teaspoon of marjoram in. A 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. And a 1/4 teaspoon of rosemary. I'm putting in a teaspoon of garlic powder. You could use garlic salt if you wanted to. I like to try to cut some of the salt out. And I'm going to add 1 bay leaf into this. I'm just going to mix this up a little bit. One of many important parts to this recipe is fennel seed. I am going to be using 1 tablespoon of this. I'm going to put it into the bowl, just like that. I'm going to add a little water to it, and I'm going to put it in a microwave for about 15 seconds just to get them soft. And they're so much easier to work with then, and I'm going to be cutting them up. While that is in the microwave, I am going to put in 1 clove of garlic. I don't have a garlic press. I'm wondering how important you think garlic presses are. I never really felt like I needed to buy one. Just chopping it up really good seemed to work. I would love to know your thoughts on that, if you have one and you think they're worth the purchase. And then I'm just going to add that to the sauce. And then I just want to mix that up. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and turn my crock pot on low. I'm using my real small crock pot. I think it's a 2-quart. Now what I'm going to do is drain all the juice off and put it into the crock pot, just like that. And that leaves me with just the seeds. And now I'm going to cut them up. I like to cut these pretty fine, just like that, and put them in the crock pot. These make such a difference in a pizza sauce. I just want to mix that up. I will put this on low for about an hour and check it. The last thing you want is for it to burn, so make sure you don't let it get too hot. It doesn't need to cook very long and it is ready to use. And then I'm going to put it on my pizza just like that. And you can have homemade pizza at your house without having to pay that high price anytime that you want to have pizza. I hope you give this recipe a try. This is a family favorite. We love this. You can find 2 cast iron pizza videos on my channel. I hope you'll check that out. If you enjoyed this video today, I hope you'll consider subscribing and hit the like button. And thank you so much for watching today.